Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Theresa, but you can call me Cat. So this is like an update from the giant gift box that I opened. I took the first batch and cleaned them and did some customizing and restoration. So while I was at it, I got this doll as a found item for free a couple months ago. So she's in the same order of magnitude, let's say, as the other dolls. So her hair had been permanently up in a ponytail, and I cleaned it and brushed it out. I cleaned the dirt off her face, and I tried to press her hair down. It's going to have to be boiled, and I was going to reroot her, but I think I'm just going to keep her hair. So I'm going to redo her face. I just cleaned it. I haven't wiped it yet. I did switch her body out. This is the body from the Illusion Barbie that I stole her costume for my Harley Quinn here. I'm going to pan up a little bit. There we go. So that's the body from that. And the head is in here for sale on my Etsy shop. It's $10 because most of it's just the shipping for the box. So it's a brand new, pristine Bob Mackie face, brunette Barbie, full curls, original hair set in the hairnet and everything. This. Too much stuff. And I threw out her original body because it sucked. And I did keep her shoes. So I've cleaned these. And this is just a shirt I had from another doll that I redid. So there's the body, and here's the shoes from this. It was called Michaela, but it's a Summer head mold, so I just call her Summer. And it's going to go into my inventory case here. So that's all set. And move this. One of the next things that I did. Too many things over. Let me put this over here. Okay. So the next thing that I did is there's a Ken fashion. $19.91 Ken activewear. So we have the jacket and the pants, which may or may not be original. So those have been cleaned. And I stuffed them in a plastic bag. So these are going to go in inventory. I may redress another Ken doll that I have with them. I'm not sure yet. They came with shoes. And, oh my god. I need to go slower. I had originally bought a Ken fashion that had shoes on it. Because my Frida Kahlo doll that I made has Ken-sized feet. And these are the black loafers that I wanted for her originally. And I switched them out with the other shoes that she had on from this. So this no longer has shoes, but they're over here on Frida. I got her little accessories here that I put together. And then... So she's going back in the case that she lives in, and these are going back in this plastic bag and going into the inventory case for now. So the shoes that were on the Frida doll, I have moved to my 2015 Water Place Steven. And I'll bring him out in a second. Now, this is a doll that I had been working on. I was trying to make a Frankenfurter and I gave up on it. But these are Steven's original trunks. I just stuck them on there. These are the shoes that went with the body that Frida Kahlo has. And this is the Water Place Steven now. So he has the Evil Queen cape that I was saving for that other doll. He's got Harley Quinn's belt and Harley Quinn's bracelet, which I cut so it fits on his wrist. I made these socks out of some the really shitty wedding dress that was in the gift box. And he's wearing the shoes that Frida Kahlo had from a different Ken ensemble. So this is the LJN brand Michael Jackson red leather pants, and from a different one, a jacket. So the jacket sleeve was ripped, there was a piece dangling off, and I've sewn it back on. I've recreated some of the gold loops here, and I've sewn his pants where there were rips in them. It looks like a cat maybe got to them. So there's some texture where the sewing is, and I've just got little pieces of red felt backing these because that's happened to be the material that I had that fit. And I've got this chain situation rigged up because the belt didn't actually fit him. But I like how it came out. So I made this glove for him out of white felt. It's just got gold stitching on it. And to get the cape attached to him, I took the bead off of the other side of the cape and sewed it to the jacket and have the elastic loop under his little epaulette thing. And this is just an old pin that I had. And these are some circa 2005 sunglasses. And the Velcro on the jacket was busted on the top. It wouldn't stick, so I just kind of threaded it and tied it together there. And it's tied together down here because the front flap was coming out. And he looks pretty epic now. He's obviously doing his MJ cosplay with his situation here. So originally he was only wearing these crunchy, papery, cheap-ass shorts, and now he looks really cool. And I'm going to, at some point, move some things around, and I'm going to end up putting him in the same case as Spock and Uhura when I rearrange everybody. I just want to make sure that's still kind of in focus. It looks pretty good. Let's see if I can get it a little bit. There. Alright, so now he's in slightly better focus. Okay. I'll put him somewhere, and I will go on to the next thing that I worked on. So I sorted out all those dolls and I put them together and everything, but I haven't cleaned them, so I have to clean them at some point as well. So let me just get these into the inventory case while I've got it here. No, wait, those don't even go in there. On that side. So another thing that I was going to put into the inventory case is just this Stacy fashion. It's called 1994 Party Time Feelin' Fun Fashion. So there's the dress and the jacket and the hat, which I've cleaned. It has a stain on it, and then I've just got some paper in there to keep its shape. And I've got the little accessories that more or less go with it. I think it's missing leggings and it's missing shoes. And I think that's it. So that's going into inventory for now. Like if I get a Stacy doll or a Skipper, like an old Skipper, or a Tootie doll that needs clothes, then I've got an outfit ready to go. This is quite nice, and I'm not super into like that much pink, but it'll be worth it. So I also have, oh, I'll put this up now. What was that? Okay, so this isn't related to a case. This is my Totally Hair or Ultra Hair Whitney. So she's European. She cost a lot of money. And when I got her, her face was kind of dirty and her hair was in a certain set, and I didn't do anything with her. She doesn't have her original shoes. These are the shoes that she arrived to me with, these little open toe heels. And her hair still had crimp in it, so I figured I'd leave it. But when I spent 3 hours scrubbing and cleaning and brushing the first batch of dolls, I wanted to clean her, and it took about an hour just to brush out her hair. So it's got a little bit of crimp left in it, but not much. And I've restyled it to try to keep it together as much as possible. And the box had a pink hair twisty from the Blonde Totally Hair Barbie. It's missing the little twirlies on it. This is the one that came with Whitney. This is the one from the Black Barbie, and then this is the new one. So I've stitched these together to keep a solid skirt piece, and I sewed a little snap onto the back of her dress just to hold it up so it pops right off. It's a metal one, it doesn't give that easily. It just pops right off. And her neck is too tight, so it doesn't actually stay shut, but that's fine. So I've got her set up how I wanted to, because her skirt is actually a little bit shorter than average, and I want each of the dolls to have a little bit of personality differentiation. But she's cleaner, she's brighter, and she looks great, and she's a rare doll, and I love her. So she's patched up a little bit. And okay, so now I'm going to talk about this one. So this is a Tootie train case. Or is this a suitcase? No, this is the suitcase. This is the Tootie suitcase. The train case goes this way. And it's like boxier. So this is the suitcase that I bought. And I had it with... inside of it, I've shown it before. Let me get her. So I previously had in the train case, When I Read, I Dream Heidi, and this Stacy right here that I've partly redressed. So I had Hot Stuff Skipper in this case, and I moved her, which we'll see in a minute, and I've spread out my 1964 skippers again. Is that in focus? Yep. And then I have the 2015 Stacy in here because she's the same size as the skippers. And then I have this 1995 Stacy in here. So what's interesting is the fabric. It's actually, the dots are spread out more, but it looks almost the same as the fabric on the Party and Play Stacy. So I've moved those two other Stacys out of the Tootie suitcase because I'm going to put Party and Play Todd and Party and Play Stacy in here. So I've cleaned them. His hair came out really clean. He's still got a little mark on his cheek, but he can have a little mole. It doesn't matter, as long as it's not cancerous. And then Stacy, I've cleaned her. Her hat had cracks in 2 places, so I've just sealed up the cracks with epoxy and just sort of left them. I may try to get some kind of pink flocking or paint it at some point, but it's... considering that it just had these sharp rips in the plastic, I figure just epoxy is fine. And I've combed, I've brushed and set and boil molded her hair back into approximately the original set. And so I wouldn't screw up her hair. I popped her head off to get her hat on and was lucky to not break the plastic. So she doesn't have her original shoes, but she's got these white Barbie tennis shoes instead. So these are going to live in... I'll put Todd on the end because his hair isn't as tall. So I have a 1994 McDonald's Todd. I've got the 1991 Wedding Day Kelly, redressed in a Lady Lovely Locks dress. And then Stacy and Todd again. So they're going to live in this case. But I'm not going to put her in there just yet because I just did her hair and I don't want it screwed up. And then I have their extra accessories. So I've got the little... Let me take them out again. So the accessories that go with them is the brush for Stacy, Todd's soccer shirt, his soccer shorts, and then this hair tie that can be like a bandeau top for Barbie. And this is the brush from the 1992 Stacy, and she's over on the other counter right now because I haven't cleaned her yet. But she's more or less complete. It was just convenient to keep her brush in here because it's the only thing that she can't hold. So these items are gonna just live in here now that they're all cleaned and organized and together. Just get the air out of there. How much time have I got? 3 minutes. Alright, I'm going to start another segment before I do the next bit. So I'm eventually going to do like sub-collection videos where I really talk about it. But the Todd and Stacy and Kelly that was in here, she has the same head as Todd. The When I Read I Dream girls and the 1987 to 89 Lady Lovely Locks dolls have the same body. So who's next? Okay, so we'll do these. Okay, so I have this Little Mermaid case. I think it's by Janix because it's similar to the Pocahontas case. Make sure this is in focus again. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so I had in here my original Tyco Ariel and the holiday Ariel that I got a year or two ago. And I had this 1997 Mattel, what is it called? It's Hallmark Stocking Princess Ariel. And I had her over here. But I've removed her, and I'm going to probably get a 2D case or another Skipper case or a Kittle case to put these small Disney dolls in, because I do have another one. And if I get more, I can put them in there. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put Stocking Ariel for now, but instead, as a third doll in this case, which I need to clean because it's getting kind of nasty. I've had it for a long time. I've got this Tropical Ariel that came in the big gift box. So I cleaned her, I brushed her hair out. It's pretty thick. It's like nylon, just like these other ones, and it's slightly brighter, I think. She's like clearly more tan than these other girls, and I've redressed her in Holiday Ariel's tail and bra that came as additional pieces. Now the bra is broken, and I realized part of the reason it broke when I tried to put it on the dolls is that it's too short. So I've sewed it together because the little tab broke off, and hopefully this vinyl won't rip. But she came with this sort of dingy colored sea print bra and tail, and there were panties. And I've used the panties on another doll, and I've just put the tail and the top in the charity bag that I'm going to be putting somewhere. So she's going to live in this case with these other two, and they're all matchy-matchy. So by some miracle, I now have 3 Tyco Ariels. I can't believe it. They're so rare. And I mean, I'm partial to the original, but I mean, they're all pretty cute. And what's interesting is that these are like slightly larger versions of the original Skipper body. They're more similar to this than they are to the circa 1989 Skipper bodies, which I really noticed when I was cleaning her, and find that to be quite interesting. She's a little bit taller than these and a little bit shorter than the Mattel 80s Skippers. So she's gonna live in here. I'm gonna put her in there after, and I really probably should clean this case before I put her in there because it's kind of gross. So let me bring up the. So these are this is the 1988 new Skipper body. Her neck joint's kind of messed up. I've redone her hair a couple times. I might have to do it again, but this is my original Party Teen Skipper that I restored. And there's Hot Stuff Skipper. So she just barely fit in this case. And I've moved her because I did the reorganization. You can see that the body is just a little bit bigger. Her proportions, her body proportions are more like this Skipper, but she has the straight arms and the legs like the old-fashioned Skipper. So I've taken, who did I take out of here? I moved somebody. Who was the other one in this case? There was another Skipper doll in this case, and now I forgot who it was. Oh, there were two other ones. Okay. My bad. So I moved Hot Stuff Skipper into this case, 1985. And I had two other dolls in here. So let me show you the two other ones that I had in there. This is the new case. Whoa, the lights just blinked, and I forgot to get the old one. So these are the dolls that were in here with the Party Teen Skipper, and I've just moved them. So I have both of my Sun Sensation Skippers. This one I rerouted. And I've moved them into this new Dance and Dress play case. So in their place, I have this one, and the other one that's going to go in here is Babysitter Courtney. So she has her original shoes and top. I've restored her hair to the original set as much as possible. Her hair's still a little damp. And she has a replacement off-brand Walkman. Hers would originally have been green. And a replacement skirt that I believe is Mattel. It would have originally been more matchy to the top. So that's all she had, and I replaced the hair ribbons with these other ones. You can see it's the same as what I've got putting the case together here. And she originally came with a baby, which wasn't there, but one of the other dolls in the gift box was, after some difficulty, I've discovered that it was Animal Lovin' Barbie, which is why her panda was in the box. So I've decided that this now goes with Courtney in place of her baby, and because the panda was oxidizing to yellow, I've painted it. So he's got little feet things now, and generally a little brighter. I don't want him to touch her too much because I don't know if the acrylic paint's gonna come off and get all sticky, but if I get like a little blanket or something, maybe she can hold him. So she's got a panda now instead of a baby, and she's gonna live in this case with these two, and I think it's a good assemblage. They look like they belong. Alright. That's what I like when I put things in the cases. I like them to be mini collections in and of themselves. Oh, come on. Yep, I wanted every single hanger to fall off of there again. Brilliant. Alright, so nose is all scraped off. Okay. I have this collector Barbie hanger rack, and I put all these other hangers on it, and because it's off balance, it keeps falling over. This is like the third or fourth time. These hangers I didn't clean yet. I was going to get rid of them, and then I realized that I needed more hangers, so I've got to clean them and keep them just in case. And I've got a little tiny Dawn hanger that came with one of my other cases. It doesn't really fit on here, and I'm probably going to break it eventually. And I got these 3 Francie hangers that came with other cases that I bought. And then the newer Barbie hangers from the 90s are similar to this, but not monogrammed or whatever. So just put that over here. Okay, so which one is this? This is the new one. It is. Okay, so the new one's actually in slightly better condition than this other one that I got, which looks like it needs to be cleaned again. Gross. So this is the one that I bought to replace the original one that I had. And I've got other Skippers and Courtneys in here. And I think what I need to do is tie this up into the frame the way I did the other one over here. Because these single cases tend to be shorter. The back of that one. Okay. So with this one, I've tied this panel here so it won't crush her bangs. And the skipper that I'm gonna put in here is now this Hawaiian Fun skipper that came in the big box. I don't expect her hair to stay curled that much. It's sort of, I used bigger curlers though. And I've restyled it approximately to her original hair set. I don't have colored bands, so I've just got clear ones for now. I'll try to get some kind of neon ribbon in there at some point. But she has her suit and her grass skirt, so she's going to live in here with her cousins who look really similar. So this is a 91 and these are 92, and they look, I mean, their makeup is different, but they have the same vibe. Their cheeks and their lips look really similar. So they're going to live in there together. This one I need to redo her hair. I haven't done it yet. You can see it's still kind of matted, but it still has some of its original curl. Alright. So that one. And the older one. And the Hawaiian skipper. So is that everybody? I believe that's everybody. That's all the stuff that I worked on. Yeah, that's it. So it took a few days, and that's how it do. So that was 1, 2, 3. Was that only 5 dolls? Yeah, that was only, oh, yeah. So there were 19 dolls in the box, in the gift package that I received, and I've got 5 of them here that I've cleaned, and then I had a couple other ones that I already had. So her hair is already starting to come undone, but that's alright. It just needed to have a little bit of a curl to it. If I want it to be curlier, I may redo it at some point. I've redone a couple of the Sun Sensation dolls' hair, and their hair doesn't hold a curl either. But this, I'm excited with what's going on with Stacy's hair here, and Courtney's hair looks pretty good. I just need it to dry all the way. So that's the first part of it, and then I have this... I've got this whole other trunk here with the other bajillion dolls and stuff in it that all needs to be cleaned and whatnot. So when this is all set, it's only going to hold 6 dolls, and then I have to find somewhere to put the other 9. But we'll get there. It's time consuming to... Oh, this is just the Ken sock that I used to make a pattern for the Steven doll. So all this other stuff has got to be cleaned, and I have to check the seams and do any repairs and edits. Like for instance, when I worked on the Michael Jackson shirt and pants, it took me a long time to get into it, and I basically did the dolls that were complete with their original stuff first, that I would be able to quickly move into different cases. There's other ones that I'm going to have to rearrange later that are going to take longer. You know, and there's some that don't have their original stuff, like this one. She doesn't have her, well, she no longer has her original stuff on her. And then, you know, like Animal Lovin' Barbie here, she doesn't have her original stuff either, except for her underwear. So those are all going to be cleaned and worked on at some point, but I've got to get some more tarot done. So that's where it's at for now. And took a couple days just to catalog everything, but it looks, I mean, these would cost a lot just to get. Just the ones that, the 5 that I've worked on here. So that's exciting. And then of course I cleaned the case and ripped out the guts and threaded it with the ribbon. So if you want to see what's going on with these, oh, and I have this other thing here too. This is a fashion that came in the box, and I haven't cleaned it, and I don't know if I'm going to. It's complete. It's a 1988 Barbie dinner date number 1295 that I'm probably going to sell on Etsy with that. Like, I've got that Illusion Barbie head. So it's the jacket and the skirt and the hair ribbon, and these are probably not the original shoes, but they look similar color to the ones that were in there, and they're kind of fragile and dirty anyway. And the reason I'm selling it is because I don't like the combination of textures, and I'm not really thrilled about the color. It's just not for me, and I don't want to give it away with the other stuff because it's complete and it's in pretty good condition. So it's probably going to be another thing where it's like, you know, $5 or $10 just to cover the shipping mostly, just to keep it nice and together. So I haven't listed that yet, and I didn't really have room to clean it with the other stuff. I don't want to scuff it up too much with the toothbrush. But that's going to be available when I get back into doing more computery listing type work. So that'll be available also. If you want it already, just let me know. You know, like I said, $5 or $10 just to cover the shipping. I mean, I could send it real cheap for like $1.50 or something, but I'd want it to be a little more protected. Alright, so if you want to see more adventures with plastic crap, and I almost said crap. If you want to see more adventures with plastic crack, let me make sure that's focused. Oh no, I got it wet. How could I have possibly gotten it wet with all the water and towel and everything on my desk for the last 3 days? Stay tuned to my YouTube channel to see more of the doll stuff on the Adventures with Plastic Crack playlist. You can check out my playlists tab. You know, like, share, subscribe, comment. You can check out my link tree. That's linktr.ee/CATtheMinion, so you can see other art things that I've done. I've got to do take some pictures with my camera here and get my dolls cataloged for my, I basically have a long schedule that has all my dolls and cases on it, and it has detailed information about what I've done with them. It's not really for insurance purposes, but it's essentially the same as having scheduled items. Apparently, because I'm a dork in that way, and I have to have the information somewhere. And then I have like a photo of everybody, so I've got to take pictures, and once I get the good pictures, I'll be posting these to the doll customization folder in my DeviantArt page. So that's over there in my gallery. And then again for that Illusion Barbie doll head, and probably when I get around to it, this dinner date fashion will be on Etsy. And I've got drawings and my little chapbook packs over there, and a couple of other art gift items. I've got a set of paintings. So if you get 3 or more items on Etsy, use the coupon code 3star17 to get 17% off of your order. And if you go through the link tree, it'll have the code floating around at the top of the page. If you want to help fund more restoration projects, help me get more cases to store these dolls, to help me keep doing more tarot for free, and generally just more content, you can donate paypal.me/CATtheMinion. I also have Cash App and Venmo, or you can buy a tarot reading or buy prints and merch and stuff from Etsy. I've got coloring books on Amazon and a poetry book also, so check all that out. If you have any questions or you want to see the list of tarot readings I offer, it's thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com, and all of this stuff is through the link tree. So stay groovy and we'll see you later. Bye.